Sup, LV man? I'm doing a video response to you, one of your latest videos. I was gonna do this. I planned to do this earlier, but school, life, would have you gets in the way. So I want to get this thing in chest. First off, I agree with you, man. I mean, the hypocrisy of like, oh, you just gotta enjoy the show. I mean, people really don't really understand. Like, well, hey, well, you shouldn't have complained, man. They should, you stop being honest. You gotta stop hating. I mean, they know what they're doing. I mean, if they were so smart, they should have hired you or what have you. That sort of thing. It's just God forbid you actually bring some constructive criticism to the WWE or TNA, ROH, or what have you. To me, fan bases. Well, that's somebody, people who just, sit and accept everything. Really, they're not fans, like you said, they're sheep. They accept everything else. And sadly, I think the majority of the people, I think majority of one's fan base is sheep. WWE, TNA, everything else, majority are sheep. And anyone that questions them, lesser extent TNA, but WWE, you basically label as a person who criticizes and stuff like that. You should enjoy your show and everything else. Not to say you can't enjoy a show, because you can enjoy it when it's good, and if you, in your opinion, it's good and everything else. Because sometimes I could be wrong in some things, and some things sometimes you can be wrong on your. Sometimes you can be a little judgmental on some pay-per-views or wrestling shows. I know I have probably have been in my reviews and everything else that I've been a little bit judgmental on, say, a little bit harder on, say, some companies that may be a little more lenient on some. But honestly, it's my criticisms. I want to enjoy the show. I want to actually look and say, hey, this is something I can actually watch with my friends and family and not be embarrassed. Which more times than not, I'm actually am embarrassed if someone actually looks at a wrestling show and say, "Hey, is this stuff you watch?" I say, "No, I can't stand it. It's stupid. It's probably one of the things I hate about wrestling. It does not. It's not intelligent enough. They dumb the things down to a point that it is so convoluted. Dumb it down to a point that no one watches and no one likes it. I mean, if I can't criticize about that, then I should just lead the whole fan base and the whole wrestling thing all together and join the UFC, which the majority of the wrestling fans have done. They're just the stragglers, man, trying to fix this old raggedy boat to that is pro wrestling. But these are the same people who, honestly, the people who say stop being analysts and everything else, they're the same people who look at ratings and look at everything else. Like, for example, people at TuneZone, I'm not going to name names, I'm not going to give these four members on blast, or any wrestling forum, what have you. Look at the ratings and say, ah, they beat TNA, yay! That sort of thing. Chant and be so happy, so overjoyed to see it. To see a company, but yet they don't want any like me, you, or anybody else analyze, you know, and everything else. Or they call you sheep, or everything else, man. And by the way, um, I don't get this whole notion. I don't know where this notion came from about LV being a WWE sheep. Man, have they not watched any of your videos, man? I mean, you come hard on the WWE. You rip on them. You actually WWE, man. It just seems to me that there's a lot of people who just don't get, just basically don't really understand anything else. Man, they don't understand it. I don't know. It frustrates me. It really does. It frustrates me because majority of the people, majority of them would, I mean, if you could argue a point and saying, hey, this might actually work, people would actually watch and listen and everything, that sort of thing. And people need to start thinking, man, and everything else. And people say, well, it's wrestling. or everything else. It's the same thing in any entertainment. You can make anything enjoyable anything enjoyable and thought provoking. Anything. If you have the actually talent behind it. And you know what? The WWE writing staff and the TNA's writing staff, and the people know who they are. They need to be fired. Honestly, majority of them need to. There's some good ones. The majority they make some good choices. They make some good decisions. Majority of them don't make the bad decisions, and they need to get out of the ring. Get out of the wrestling business. Period. I mean, we all know that the two main ones are Monday Night Raw and TNA, and Brian Alvarez and Vince Russo. And basically, they need to get out of their. Just need to leave the writing staff. In fact, honestly, writing staff should not be the wrestling arena in the first place. But that's another video for another time. But honestly, I'm here just to make a video, just a response to ULV, because honestly, I agree with your point wholeheartedly. I mean, fans to just say jumping analysts enjoy the show. This is what a wrestling fan does. It's complete bullshit. I mean, to me, because you know what? If I take that mindset, then we can make anything. Oh well, you stop complaining about politics, what have you. Just sit back and let the politicians and everything else do everything. Don't complain about this and don't complain about that. People will make excuses and people say you just enjoy the show. I don't want to enjoy the show. I want to put my thoughts out there. I want to put that thing here. Use my brain. That sort of thing. Because again, guarantee the majority of people who actually use that saying don't even use that little pound of flesh they have called a brain. But it just seems to me that people need to open their minds and actually think and actually say maybe I can be a little critical about this company. Maybe not many people might like it, but honestly, I think it's something you have to do. Something that more wrestling fans need to do. Because honestly, right now, if wrestling does not wake up, we all know exactly. It's like the Titanic, and everyone sees the iceberg, but the captain's not gonna. Well, he's not turning around. He's just sitting there watching everything else. They're not doing anything. And then Titanic is getting closer and closer to the iceberg. And sooner or later, they're not gonna be able to turn. Bam! They're gonna become more relevant than they are. Minutes is shut down, and wrestling, not only in North America but overall, will fall. So they need to wake up, and they need to hear our criticisms. They need to look and say, hey, maybe we shouldn't be doing this. Maybe we shouldn't be overexposing Miz or something like that. Maybe we shouldn't have the two set of tag team titles. Maybe we should get rid of that fucking spinner belt. That is the main championship and actually replace it with a WWF title that actually looks official or what have you. But anyway, that's my personal thing. And hopefully y'all watch. It's just a response to LV54, man. Support and everything. Got a little carried away. By my personal stuff. But hey, that's something I need to do, rant and what have you. Anyway, Dixie T here. Peace and love. I'll see y'all when I see y'all. One.